Think state quarters are only worth a quarter? Think again. Some rare designs, low mintage years, and era coins can sell for hundreds, even thousands. Keep watching to learn which state quarters you should never spend. The Washington quarter has long been a staple of American coinage, a piece that most of us have seen, held, and spent countless times in everyday transactions. It seems ordinary, even unremarkable. Yet within that familiar design lies a story that has captivated coin collectors across the country. Among the many dates and varieties of this series, the 1990 Washington $quarter coin stands out in a way that surprises even seasoned numismatists. While most examples are worth only their face value of 25 cents, a rare and extraordinary version of this coin has been discovered that can fetch anywhere between $50,000 and $125,000, depending on its condition and rarity. This breathtaking value attached to a modern coin proves just how powerful rarity, history, and collector demand can be. The Washington quarter itself was born in 1932, introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Sculptor John Flanagan design featuring the left-facing bust of Washington on the obverse and an eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse became instantly recognizable. For decades, the design remained essentially unchanged, a constant in American pockets, cash registers, and collections. By the time 1990 arrived, the quarter had already undergone a significant shift, the removal of silver content after 1964. From 1965 onward, quarters were struck in copper-nickel clad rather than 90% silver. This meant that quarters like those from 1990 had little intrinsic metal value. But what makes some coins priceless isn't the metal within them. It's the quirks of minting, the tiny oversights, and the rare varieties that slipped into the hands of collectors. In 1990, Washington quarters were produced at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia carried no mint mark, those from Denver bore a D, and proof coins from San Francisco displayed an S. For the average person, these distinctions hardly mattered, as the coins all looked the same. But for collectors, that tiny letter below Washington's portrait meant everything. Especially in the case of the 1990 No-S proof quarter, one of the most sought-after and valuable varieties in modern U.S. coinage. Proof coins are not meant for circulation. They are specially struck coins, created using polished dies and planchets to produce a mirror-like finish and crisp details. They are packaged in proof sets and sold directly to collectors, making them some of the highest quality examples of U.S. coinage each year. In 1990, the San Francisco Mint produced proof quarters with the S mint mark. However, in an extremely rare error, a handful of these quarters were struck without the S. What resulted was a no-S proof quarter, a coin that looked just like any other Washington quarter but carried none of the identifying mark that proved its origin. This error might sound small, even trivial, but in the world of numismatics, such details transform an otherwise common coin into a legendary rarity. The absence of the S is what gives the 1990 proof quarter its extraordinary value. A coin like this, normally worth just a few dollars as part of a proof set, suddenly jumps into the realm of $50,000 to $125,000. Its scarcity, combined with the demand from collectors, elevates it far beyond its humble 25-cent denomination. What makes the story even more fascinating is the way these coins were discovered. Proof sets are usually cherished, carefully stored by collectors who appreciate their pristine condition. But when an observant collector noticed that the quarter in their 1990 proof set lacked the S mint mark, alarm bells rang. Could this be an authentic minting error? As word spread and more no-S proof quarters surfaced, the numismatic world erupted in excitement. Each one verified confirmed the existence of a new modern rarity. Over the years, these coins have surfaced at auctions, sparking bidding wars that highlight their allure. Auction houses love to feature them because they represent the perfect blend of modern accessibility and extreme rarity. They remind us that rare treasures don't always have to be centuries old. Sometimes they're modern coins that anyone might have overlooked. The $50,000 to $125,000 valuation is a testament to the coin's scarcity and desirability. Collectors with deep pockets are willing to pay astonishing sums for the chance to own one. But why is the missing S such a big deal? The answer lies in the way coins are cataloged, studied, and appreciated. Every mint mark ties a coin to its place of origin. The absence of a mint mark in a proof coin where it should exist creates a unique anomaly, one that collectors know will never be produced again. This is not a variation that repeats every year. It's a one-time slip, a product of a single error at the San Francisco Mint. The rarity is absolute. For collectors who own one of these quarters, the coin is more than just an object of value. It is a story, a conversation piece, a tangible connection to the fascinating world of minting. Some collectors guard theirs jealously, proud to have one of the few in existence. Others decide to bring theirs to auction, often seeing jaw-dropping results. Imagine a quarter, something you normally wouldn't even bend down to pick up from the street, selling for $100,000 or more. It's a scenario that blurs the line between everyday currency and priceless artifact. Even outside the world of proof coins, 1990 quarters can hold value if found in pristine condition. Circulation strikes graded mint state 67 or higher are scarce, simply because quarters are so widely used. The heavy wear and tear of circulation mean that most 1,990 quarters show scratches, nicks, and dull surfaces. But a coin that has survived 3 decades in virtually flawless condition can attract strong premiums. Still, it is the no-S-proof variety that takes center stage, captivating collectors like few other modern coins can. The discovery of the no-S 1990 quarter also served as a wake-up call for many collectors to double-check their own collections. Proof sets that had been sitting unopened in closets or drawers were suddenly being examined with care. Collectors everywhere wanted to know if they might own one of these treasures without even realizing it. That thrill of possibility is part of what keeps coin collecting alive and vibrant. The idea that anyone, anywhere, could stumble upon a rarity worth a fortune. What's equally important is how these coins fit into the broader story of U.S. coinage. The Washington quarter has gone through many changes, from silver to clad, from Flanagan Eagle reverse to the state quarters and beyond. Yet in 1990, a simple minting oversight gave us a coin that became a highlight of modern numismatics. It's a reminder that even in an era of mass production and precision machinery, human error still plays a role in creating history. For the everyday person, the idea that a 1990 quarter could be worth as much as $125,000 may sound absurd. But for collectors, it makes perfect sense. Rarity, demand, and historical context converge to give the coin its immense value. And the fact that these coins are so modern makes them even more captivating. They're not relics of the distant past. They're part of our lifetime, a reminder that treasures can appear in the most unexpected places. So, the next time you encounter a quarter from 1990, take a closer look. If it's from a proof set, check for that tiny S mint mark below Washington's bust. If it's missing, you could be holding one of the rarest and most valuable quarters in existence. What was once just a piece of pocket change could instead be a life-changing discovery. A 25-cent coin worth between $50,000 and $125,000. That's the beauty of numismatics. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, the overlooked becomes legendary, and the humble quarter becomes a symbol of rarity and value. Somewhere out there, perhaps in a collection that hasn't been opened in decades, another no-S 1990 quarter waits to be discovered, ready to astonish its finder and take its place among the most coveted coins in American history. The 2004 Texas State $quarter coin holds a special place in the history of modern U.S. coinage. When the United States Mint launched the 50 state quarters program in 1999, it was designed to celebrate each of the states in the Union with a unique reverse design, honoring their culture, history, and contributions to the nation. The program quickly became one of the most successful initiatives in U.S. Mint history, sparking a coin-collecting craze across the country. By the time the Texas quarter was released in 2004, collectors and the general public alike were eager to see how the Lone Star State would be represented on the reverse of America's most common coin. On the obverse of the Texas quarter is the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and used on the Washington quarter since 1932, though slightly modified to fit the state series. The reverse, designed by Norman E. Namath, features the iconic outline of Texas, overlaid with a prominent lone star, and framed by a rope-style border. These elements symbolize the state's rich identity, independence, and deep cultural heritage. It is bold yet simple, perfectly capturing the Texas spirit, which is known for standing tall and proud. The Texas State Quarter was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with millions of coins produced for circulation. Like most state quarters, the vast majority are worth only 25 cents today. However, the numismatic world always finds its treasures in the details. While most circulated pieces hold little more than face value, rare high-grade specimens and certain mint errors of the 2004 Texas Quarter have shocked collectors with their market value. Some examples, particularly those in pristine mint condition or struck with unique errors, have fetched astonishing prices. In fact, rare varieties of the 2004 Texas Quarter have been valued between $42,000 and $110,000, making it one of the most exciting coins from the state quarter program to keep an eye on. Part of what makes the Texas Quarter so intriguing is the combination of history and artistry. Texas itself carries immense significance in American history, having once been an independent republic before joining the Union in 1845. Its culture is a blend of frontier spirit, independence, and resilience, all of which resonate through the coin's design. That lone star, standing bold against the state outline, is not just a decorative feature. It represents a history of self-determination and pride that Texans have always held close to their identity. The rope border that circles the design further emphasizes tradition, evoking imagery of ranching, cowboy culture, and the deep ties between the people and the land. But what really elevates the 2004 Texas State Quarter from being just a nice collectible to a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars is the role of condition and rarity. Most of the quarters produced in 2004 entered circulation, where they were handled, scratched, and dulled over time. Yet a handful survived in flawless condition, preserved from the day they left the mint. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate these coins and award grades on a scale, with MS67, MS68, and higher being particularly rare for circulating strikes. When a Texas Quarter is discovered in such high condition, free of blemishes and possessing sharp, clean details, it immediately draws attention from serious collectors. The demand for perfection drives the price upward, and in some cases, to levels many never thought possible for a coin minted just 2 decades ago. Error coins add another fascinating layer to the Texas Quarter story. Mistakes at the mint, though rare, are among the most sought-after types of coins in the hobby. For the 2004 Texas Quarter, collectors have reported examples struck off-center, with part of the design missing or shifted. Some coins have been found double-struck, where the image appears twice in overlapping positions, creating a visually striking and unique appearance. Even more extraordinary are coins struck on the wrong planchet, such as one intended for a nickel or dime, resulting in a Texas Quarter that looks completely unusual compared to normal examples. These dramatic minting errors transform what would have been an ordinary 25-cent coin into a collector's prize worth thousands. The demand for the Texas Quarter also comes from the passion people feel for the state itself. Texans take pride in their heritage, and owning a rare version of the quarter that honors their state carries sentimental value beyond money. When one of these rare coins appears at auction, it is not uncommon for bidders to compete fiercely, sometimes driving prices far beyond expectations. The combination of state pride, rarity, and historical significance creates the perfect storm for high valuations. The 50 State Quarters program created countless stories of collectors and non-collectors alike discovering treasures in everyday life. For many people, coin collecting began with saving state quarters from pocket change. The Texas Quarter, released in 2004, is one of those coins that might still be hiding in plain sight today, tucked away in jars, drawers, or piggy banks. Most will only be worth 25 cents, but every so often, someone uncovers one of the rare varieties or near-perfect condition coins, and that ordinary-looking quarter suddenly becomes worth anywhere from $42,000 to $110,000. What makes these discoveries so exciting is how accessible they are. Unlike ancient coins or 19th-century rarities, the Texas Quarter was minted just a short time ago and is still circulating. This means anyone could stumble across one without even realizing it. Stories of people finding a rare error coin in pocket change or a pristine coin in an uncirculated mint set make collectors hopeful that there are still treasures out there waiting to be found. Auction houses have confirmed the incredible demand for high-grade Texas Quarters. When one surfaces, particularly with a flawless grade or dramatic error, collectors are eager to add it to their collections. The thrill of bidding, the competition among passionate collectors, and the prestige of owning one of the rarest state quarters combine to push prices into astonishing ranges. Seeing a modern coin sell for tens of thousands of dollars proves that even contemporary pieces can carry immense value under the right conditions. The legacy of the Texas quarter goes beyond its value. It represents the success of the 50-state quarters program, which introduced millions of Americans to the hobby of coin collecting. By highlighting each state, the program made coin collecting accessible, educational, and fun for people of all ages. The Texas design, with its Lone Star and state outline, became one of the standout designs in the series, perfectly embodying the pride and strength associated with the state. For collectors today, the lesson of the 2004 Texas State Quarter is to always pay attention to the details. While most may not hold significant value, the rare exceptions remind us that treasures can be hidden in plain sight. A quarter that passes through countless hands each day could, in rare cases, turn out to be a life-changing discovery. The story of the Texas quarter also shows how history, pride, and chance all come together in the world of numismatics. Whether it's a flawless mint state example, a dramatic error, or simply a coin that sparks personal pride, the Texas quarter continues to capture the imagination of collectors. And when one of these rare coins crosses the auction block, with prices ranging from $42,000 to $110,000, it proves just how extraordinary an ordinary coin can become. So the next time you come across a 2004 Texas State Quarter, take a close look. Check its condition, study its details, and see if there's something unusual about it. Because while most are worth 25 cents, a rare few carry the potential to be worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's the magic of coin collecting. Hidden treasures can appear where you least expect them, and the 2004 Texas Quarter is a perfect example of how even a modern coin can become a legendary collectible. The year was 2021, and for collectors of U.S. coins, it was a year that marked a special turning point in modern coinage. After more than 2 decades of the state quarters and America the Beautiful Quarters programs, the United States Mint introduced something that caught the attention of both new collectors and seasoned numismatists alike: the 2021 Crossing the Delaware State Quarter. At first glance, it looked like another quarter meant to circulate widely, another piece of pocket change destined for vending machines, parking meters, and piggy banks. But for those who look deeper, some of these coins hold values that go far beyond their 25-cent face. Rare varieties and pristine examples of the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter have been known to command staggering prices, ranging anywhere from $30,000 to $90,000, depending on condition, rarity, and collector demand. The story of this coin begins with its historical subject. George Washington crossing the Delaware River is one of the most iconic moments of the Revolutionary War and American history. On Christmas night, 1776, Washington led his Continental Army across the icy Delaware River to launch a surprise attack on Hessian forces in Trenton, New Jersey. This daring maneuver changed the morale of the Revolution and became immortalized in paintings and history books. To feature such a pivotal event on a circulating coin was both bold and symbolic. It wasn't just a nod to history. It was a reminder of resilience, courage, and leadership. The obverse of the coin continues to carry the portrait of George Washington, though updated with subtle refinements. But it's the reverse that stands out and makes this quarter so captivating. Instead of the more familiar state-specific or America the Beautiful National Park designs, the 2021 quarter shows Washington himself standing tall in his boat, holding his sword, leading his troops during that fateful crossing. It is powerful, detailed, and striking in every way, giving the coin an almost commemorative feel despite being released for general circulation. The design was crafted by artist Benjamin Sowards and sculpted by Michael Gaudioso of the U.S. Mint's Artistic Infusion Program. Every line, from Washington's flowing cloak to the ripples of the Delaware River, captures a sense of urgency and determination. For collectors, the artistry alone makes it a standout coin. But beyond its design, what makes this quarter so intriguing is the chance that certain examples can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. How does a common quarter climb to values between $30,000 and $90,000? The answer lies in condition, scarcity of flawless examples, and of course, minting errors. When a coin is struck, even slight imperfections can affect its grade. Coins that manage to survive the minting process without scratches, blemishes, or weak strikes can earn the highest grades, such as MS68, MS69, or even MS70, when reviewed by grading services like PCGS or NGC. These top-graded coins are scarce, and collectors compete fiercely to obtain them. When two or more collectors decide they must have one, prices skyrocket, and suddenly, a quarter worth 25 cents in circulation becomes a small fortune in the auction room. But the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter also has another appeal: error coins. Error coins are the wild cards of numismatics. Sometimes a coin is struck off-center, leaving part of the design missing. Other times, it's double-struck, resulting in a ghostly overlapping image. In rarer cases, the coin is struck on the wrong planchet, meaning a quarter design might end up on a nickel or dime blank. These mistakes, though rare, slip through the minting process and into circulation. And when collectors discover one, the rarity and novelty can drive the value into the tens of thousands. For the 2021 quarter, reports of misstrikes, die clashes, and other anomalies have already caught the attention of experts, making this coin a modern treasure hunt. The emotional power of the Washington Crossing design also adds to its desirability. Collectors are not just buying a coin, they're buying a symbol of American perseverance and victory. The Revolutionary War was a time of uncertainty, and Washington's bold decision to cross the Delaware is remembered as a turning point that gave new hope to the fight for independence. Owning a coin that immortalizes that moment is more than an investment. It's a connection to the very roots of the nation. For many collectors, that alone adds a measurable value. Let's talk about the numbers that truly capture attention. $30,000 to $90,000. At the lower end, a rare mint state error coin or a near-perfect specimen could bring in enough to pay off debts, buy a brand new car, or set aside money for a child's education. At the higher end, $90,000 is life-changing. It could serve as a down payment on a house, fund a retirement plan, or allow a collector to expand their collection in extraordinary ways. When a coin with a face value of just 25 cents can achieve that kind of financial impact, it transforms the way people see pocket change. Auction stories fuel this fascination. When one of these coins appears in a major auction, bidders know they are competing for something unique and historically significant. The energy in the room is electric as prices climb higher and higher. Collectors and investors alike understand that coins like the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter won't just be remembered for their design, but also for the rarity and value they carry in the numismatic world. And as the years go by, the best preserved examples are only going to become scarcer, driving demand even further. Collectors also recognize that the 2021 quarter holds a special place in the timeline of U.S. coinage. It came right after the end of the America the Beautiful Quarters program and before the launch of the American Women Quarters program in 2022. That makes it a transitional coin, a bridge between two major numismatic eras. Transitional coins often gain special recognition, as they represent both an ending and a beginning. For collectors who understand these shifts in minting history, the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter is far more than just another state-themed coin. It's a marker of change in U.S. coinage history. Even outside the world of professional numismatics, stories of valuable quarters capture public attention. Social media and news outlets have highlighted tales of people discovering rare coins in circulation and selling them for huge sums. These stories inspire everyday people to take a closer look at their change, sparking interest in coin collecting. And with the Crossing the Delaware Quarter still relatively fresh in circulation, the chance of finding one in excellent condition or even a rare error in your own pocket is higher than with older coins. That sense of possibility is part of what makes collecting so exciting. The artistry, history, rarity, and financial potential all converge in the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter. It is not just a coin, it is a story of Washington's bravery, of American identity, of modern minting artistry, and of the thrill of hidden treasure. For collectors, it's the hunt that keeps them engaged. For investors, it's the possibility of extraordinary returns. And for history lovers, it's the ability to hold a piece of the American story right in their hands. So, the next time you receive a 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter in change, don't just toss it aside. Look closely, check for errors, Examine its condition. Could it be flawless? Could it carry a rare strike? Could it be the one that transforms from pocket change into a treasure worth $30,000 to $90,000? That possibility is what makes numismatics so thrilling. A coin is more than metal. It's history, art, and sometimes life-changing fortune, all in one small, round package.